Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching Supergirl Season 5, Episode 3, Blurred Lines. I was going to say Season 6, the Flash is on Season 6. I've been enjoying this season a lot so far. Kara still means the world to me. And I'm going to do my usual this season disclaimer of if you are still a fan of Lena somehow, please don't watch my reaction, because unless she does a complete U-turn in this episode and is so remorseful for her actions this season so far, I am not going to be enjoying her character, and it's not fun to watch someone hating on a character you love, so do just go and find one of the other actors that probably still loves her, but I'm not one of them. I'm very excited to see what's happening with John's brother and just to see Alex continuing her relationship and everything. I'm just very excited, so yeah, let's go.
If you don't work with us,
he's definitely investigating their boss. Is she working with William? Oh goodness. I did think those spiders looked very creepy. I don't enjoy spiders, so that was not fun.
As Alex's sister, I can tell you that she's almost always annoyingly right.
And as Kelly's brother, I can tell you that she can handle herself.
She doesn't seem to have any psychic signature either.
It's the first time we're hanging out since I told her I was Supergirl.
Oh, Kara, sweetheart.
I just want things to be great.
Though I understand that fear of that maybe things aren't as wonderful as they could be, and that you think maybe you've made this great progress, but maybe you haven't. And the worst thing is that Lena is lying, so she's going to lose this. And all her fears are going to come true. Just I doubt this episode.
To rid the world of lying, manipulation, and violence.
Yes, but no matter how I manipulate the frequency, the transmitter will only allow
Lena is lying and manipulating in order to achieve her aim of stopping lying and manipulation.
I believed I could once I had friends that made me believe I could. But they betrayed me like everyone else.
Actually, Kara told you. Without knowing you knew. Kara told you everything.
These journals?
There are 3 of them. They are currently in a...
Yes, let's use Lex as technology, because that isn't another sign of supervillainy. As your creepy AI is like,
However,
just this is so disgusting and despicable using Eve like this. Eve deserves prison. Not this.
across her brow.
Oh dear.
make their death interesting. Next.
Wait.
It's interesting to William. Kara's on to you. She's going to figure out that you're actually lying to everyone and doing some kind of undercover investigation even.
Are you sure you want to remember?
These reporters never do their job. They're always out of the office.
Why he betrayed our people.
I think it is important for John to get his memories back though.
Well, I was in town. I thought I might drop by and see your new digs.
Don't be trusting, you know there's a shapeshifter around.
Fancy old...
Use your brain, Scully. Why would this guy appear out of nowhere when you have a picture of him in the outfit in your flat?
Au revoir.
You brought me coffee eclairs? Cafe Rousselette on Paris to pick up
Lena, if you were just honest with Kara about how you were feeling, Kara would actually be trying to apologise and make up for it. Like she did when she told you. You're so fake, it makes her blood boil. Because she's so self-righteous about not lying to people, and yet she just does this.
I would be able to cure myself of the trauma.
Well, then that's what you have to do.
Kara is so trusting of her friends.
We're not asking.
Because Kara's a good person, Lena. That's what being a good person and a good friend looks like. Kara was nothing but a good friend to you, and Supergirl did nothing but try to work with you and help you. Except when she couldn't trust you because you were growing kryptonite. Any remorse there, Lena?
No, never. I would never wrap anything.
It's a floor in the night.
There's a spider inside him and I don't want to see it. Oh, that's great. So he struggled with his pals and got bullied? Did John not protect him? I mean, he was a kid too. Kids are stupid.
He was born that way.
And ostracized.
Project his Amir's teachings for guidance and healing.
God, looking to religion for healing is never a good idea. Just acceptance and training would be better.
Father prays for your healing every day.
As I failed my own son.
No, I'm afraid you failed your own son by locking him in a room and not helping him learn how to control his powers and helping everyone to accept him.
In my heart.
I don't think he did it to be cruel, he just made a mistake. Trusting in religion.
Unbearable.
Did John destroy their memories himself?
There's anguish. He must have wiped both our memories. The isolation. He was a child. He needed our help.
Yep.
Murdered his own son.
He didn't do it that intentionally, I don't think.
Hypocrisy.
Oh,
His whole
John.
life.
Parents aren't perfect.
Great. So why does it look like you ran over a puppy?
Lena just coerced her into breaking the law.
What?
Yep.
Kara, I wasn't thinking, but
She was just so desperate to please Lena
she's so
and
traumatized
to
by
make
Alexa's death.
things up because she's a good person.
Would it be hurting?
Lex Luthor's journals aren't safe, Kara.
Who do you think we learned all of this rule breaking from? That cuts deep.
I'll sneak you in later.
Kelly, you're not going to keep your job at this rate.
Something is bothering you.
Residual John nightmares.
If you care about someone, you should tell them the truth. However painful, both of you will be better for it. Up with a poem.
Okay, now's the time to use that advice on him.
I invited myself.
Kara! The second one shouldn't have got you. Ugh, gross, 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 gross. Why does it have to be spiders? Ugh, the why spiders? Okay, why?
Magnetic resonance.
Just do it, okay, Alex? Just use it. Explain it while you're doing it. I don't want to see any more spiders.
Your friend's in trouble, you jump in, period. Doesn't matter the consequences.
Oh, and that's pushing her to go and help Lena. But Kara, Lex Luthor's journals, like, she doesn't need to read all of them. Like, that's a weird... But Kara's just such a good person that she just trusts her best friend. Whereas, so Kara wasn't vindictively lying to Lena. Lena is vindictively lying to Kara.
Absolutely.
He wiped his memories, not his father. Because his father was in such anguish.
Was my boy.
Locking him in the room was the mistake. Oh, son, what a lovely day we're having. John, at that point, it probably was the best thing to do, even if it was their greatest sin.
To save your father.
Exactly. Your brother was already in the Phantom Zone. There was nothing else you could have done for him at that point.
Only to find out that is the least of my sins.
You did this for a noble reason, John.
Oh, I'm so ashamed.
Still feel the guilt.
Compassion. Out of
Okay, you can still know, you can still think it was wrong, but you did it. Like she's saying, listen to Nia.
Saved him.
And your memories.
Recognise that they don't look like humans, they look like Jean's. Kara, this is a bad idea. Why'd you take a watch as well? Yep. Where's your zapping it out gun? Good job, Kara.
You're really starting to bug me.
My inception power.
Oh dear. I hope she's okay. Stop. I was like, okay, well that wasn't, please don't let another spider come. I can't take another spider. Yes, good job. No more spiders. Thank you. I don't want to see them. Oh, the trained assassin people training up metas and things in this as well as the Flash. Quickly! He could be anyone.
You can see me?
She can see him now. So because of the link, she can spot him.
Why he's doing this?
Be honest, John.
Completely myself with you, but now you tell me you don't want that.
When you're not compatible, horrible as it is. To be honest, he could learn to not do 6,000 poems a second and stuff and still be himself completely. What are you up to? Is he secretly a spy? Rather than just an undercover journalist? Oh, he's doing it for money. Kara.
It's all my fault.
No, it's not. You should be a bit more cautious.
They already have. I hope we haven't crossed any boundaries. No.
You really have.
There are no boundaries.
Look, Lena. Look at Kara and how good she is.
And her portal watches. Don't ask me how I got it.
It worked out with me and Lena.
No, it didn't, sweetheart.
I hope so. For the both of us.
I'm glad Alex is a little bit more suspicious. Hopefully she can be the one to save Kara in the long run. I love that he's got literally exactly what she needs just in his journal. That's ridiculous. So Lena can't even figure out how to be a supervillain by herself. She needs a supervillain big brother to help her out. Great. Yeah, so I really love Kara still. I'm not a huge fan of this whole Lena being evil and using Kara plotline. Like, it's just really disappointing and frustrating, to be honest. I mean, I hate Lena now, but I used to love her and I used to root for her and she used to annoy me. Like, there were things she would do that I didn't agree with, but on the whole, I used to think that she was, you know, I believed in her and I believed in who she was trying to be. And now, like, she genuinely thinks she has the right to just mind wipe the entire world and make them into people, like, just to alter the brains of every single person. Like, yeah, I look at the world right now and I think, jokingly, wouldn't it be great if we could just suck out all of the bad emotions and all the right feelings and, you know, wake everyone up to the fact that the right-wing politicians and people are despicable, etc. But you can't do that. That's not right. No one has that right. What Lena is doing is just such a supervillain thing to be doing, and all villains think they're the hero of the story, and Lena is a perfect example of that. And I know there are people out there still loving her, and I honestly don't understand it. Like, if that happened to one of my favourite characters in a show, I would potentially stop watching the show because I think the writers were ruining my character. But I mean, I don't understand this at all, and if Lena gets a redemption out of all of this, I may have to stop watching the show myself because that would be ridiculous. I'm glad Alex thought that getting the journals was not a good idea. I hope she's going to keep her eyes open for her sister's sake and try and keep an eye on Lena, because Kara is feeling too much guilt from what happened, from having lied to Lena, that she's not going to notice. She's going to give Lena every benefit of the doubt, and anytime Lena acts fishy, she's going to think, oh, that's my fault because I lied to her. And I mean, I just really respect Kara so much, and I have so much support for her, but, you know, we're talking about Kelly being too open and too trusting, and that's what Kara is with the people she loves. And Lena is abusing that trust because she knows what a good person Kara is, she knows what a good friend Kara is, and it's despicable and it makes me so angry. And I'm still really mad on Eve's behalf. You know, I hate Eve. Eve should be in prison, but what she's done to Eve is unforgivable, and that is a human rights violation. It's just... I hope this is Lena's last season of the show, to be honest. She's driving me mad. Jean's brother, I thought it was an interesting dynamic that Jean was the one that wiped him from the memory, that committed that great sin, but like Nia said, he did it in a moment of desperation, in a moment of pain and grief, and in a moment of just physically not being able to see his parent in pain. I mean, I know what it's like to see your parent kind of just falling apart with pain and agony, and if there was something I could have done to take that away, I would have been sorely tempted, sin or not. I actually think his father's method of locking the kid up in a room was not right. Just praying, like, surely after the first 6 years of praying and no change came, you'd be like, maybe we'll try something different here. Yeah, that was a huge mistake. I don't think their father was intentionally abusive, I don't think their father was intentionally bad, but that for me is far worse than John committing the greatest sin of the country, because he was just a little kid who couldn't help it. You know, he tried to play the game with them, he was being a good kid, then they all started bullying him and he lashed out. So you just train him not to lash out, and you get everyone else to train their children. Just because he's a little bit different doesn't mean you bully him. So I think what happened to him was actually despicable as a child, but it doesn't forgive the level of him being a villain now and him targeting innocent people. Maybe if his rage was just at Jean, but him targeting people around him, that is despicable as well. And then with William, I don't care, to be honest. I'm still scared he's being introduced to be Kara's love interest, just because Kara hasn't had one in him forever, and every other character in the show seems to get one but Kara, so it's probably time she had a love interest, but we all want Monel back. I don't know if Chris would want to come back to the show after how they treated him, but yeah. But William, I'm kind of interested, but I also really don't care. Like, his whole what's his undercover mission, and Kara is onto him. He's definitely investigating their boss, and that's why he's at the company, and that's why he's being such a suck up and compromising his values that he apparently had when he was a journalist elsewhere, because he was a brilliant journalist. And I'm looking forward to Kara finally getting to the bottom of this quickly, hopefully. So yeah, that was a really good episode again. Supergirl for me has never got back the spark it had in season 2. Like in season 2 it had the perfect, it became an ensemble show, Kara was still the heart of it, there was still a real feeling of hope and joy and just light in the show, and season 3 had a little bit of that, but then with some of the stuff with Lena, like turning against Supergirl and all that sort of stuff, I think that happened in season 3. And then last season, for me, completely lost its spark. Like, it just came so bogged down in everyone hating on Supergirl and hating on aliens, and it reminded me too much of the real world, and I respected them for doing that, but it just sucked my enjoyment of the show. And this season, I feel like what Lena's doing, it just makes me so angry that I spend a significant portion of the show feeling rage, and therefore I'm not really enjoying it quite as much. And I still find Brainy's character not that interesting. It's been done better in other shows. Not his acting, I think he acts Brainy brilliantly, but the writing for Brainy, it's just been there, done that. Oh yeah, Brainy doesn't understand how to be it. And yeah, I don't think Nia asking him to not do 60,000 poems and give her 5 million different portions of food a second was asking him to not be himself. He could still be himself. He can still say his weird facts and compute things and occasionally give her a crazy poem because she likes poetry. But even Brainy needs to learn, like, he can change a little bit. that doesn't mean you're not being yourself, just not being because he wasn't giving her food until she woke up and she said, oh, this is the best breakfast ever. He wasn't sending her food every second. Until she said, oh, maybe don't do food, I also like poetry. He wasn't sending her poems every second. So if you could go back to before he was doing either of those things, he was still being himself. So yeah, this was a good episode. I've got a lot of hope for this season as a potential. Kara is still a shining beacon of light in the world, and I love it. So yes, thank you for watching.